Hi guys. I guess I didn't hit the record button or the volume button. So we're going to go through this step by step. This is us saying hi. Sorry. We're going to be making some kind of encrusted. I found it on the internet. And it's encrusted in pork roast encrusted in phyllo dough. So I thought it sounded good, and we're gonna make it. We're making it for 2 households. So all right. So I got 2 pork tenderloins. It's going to 2 houses. So we're doing 2. We're doubling everything. We're also making American Spanish rice, my version. And we're just going to fry up some vegetables. So all you need is Italian seasoning, garlic, and salt and pepper for this recipe, as well as phyllo dough. 1 package of phyllo dough. So now I'm taking the phyllo, that's not the phyllo dough, the pork tenderloins out of the package. Doesn't matter which one you get, it really doesn't. I got 2 different ones. You can get a plain one. Doesn't matter. We're going to add our own seasoning to this. So I got 2 because I'm cooking for 2 houses at this time. So I'm going to get rid of that. Now I got Italian seasoning. And we're going to sprinkle it on both sides. First, I'm going to sprinkle it generously on one side. And then I'm going to use garlic powder. This new one, it's not working. I couldn't figure it out. Salt and pepper. Do it to your liking. If you don't want salt, don't use salt. If you don't want pepper, don't use pepper. In my house, if I don't see the pepper, it ain't on it. I'm going to turn them around and do the same seasonings on the other side. Do it to your liking. Be liberal with it. Italian seasoning, garlic, salt, and pepper. If you don't like salt, don't use salt. If you don't like pepper, don't use pepper. Now we're going to take it over to the stove because we want to sear this and make sure all the flavors stay in. So we're going to sear it on both sides. I've got canola oil I'm using. I'm using the canola oil. I'm going to heat it up on medium high. I'm waiting for it to heat up. Now you want to take a, what is it, a 9x11? I think that's the thing. You want to grease it with, like, Pam. You can use butter. You can use lard. Use any grease you have. We don't want it to stick. Now the oil is almost heated up, ready to get that pork seared. Alright, so I'm getting the pork in the pan. We're going to sear it. It's going to be about 10 minutes. You want a good sear on it. So we just gotta let it do its thing. I'm gonna move that out of the way. I'm running out of room. Now we haven't started our sauce for the rice, the American Spanish rice, because believe me, Spanish people don't make rice like this. This is my version. I fed it to my kids for years. And John's on the video. John's the one taking the camera. The next video will probably be John's. Well, we'll see. We haven't figured out what we're doing yet. And I'll be holding the camera. You won't see me. So I didn't leave John out intentionally, believe me. This was my video, so John just held the camera. This is my recipe. He didn't know how to cook it to begin with. But that's okay. We're a tag team. Let's go into both houses. Now he knows. So we're just waiting for it to brown. I got it on medium high. I moved it up. It has to be higher. It wasn't browning quick enough. So I moved the temperature up. But you could do it on medium high. I just was not patient. I'm just looking for the browning at this time on the pork loin. The pork tenderloin. I don't mean to call it a pork loin. It actually looks like a pork loin, which is probably explains the longer cooking time. The pork tenderloin. There's a difference between a pork loin and a pork tenderloin. It said tenderloin on the package, but it wasn't. It looks like a pork loin. It was that fat. We just needed to add extra time. I was good with it. I just want it browned on the other side, more like it's crusty on the other side. So we turn it. Okay, so now I'm taking the phyllo dough. I'm going to lay this all out. We want to put the phyllo dough. There's 2 phyllo doughs that come in a box, at least at Publix. I don't know how it is with the other stores. There was 2 that came at Publix in one box. It was one. I think it said 1.2 pounds. I don't know, but I'm going to lay it out for the first pork roast, and I didn't like the length of it, so I'm going to take out a rolling pin and I'm going to try to roll it. And it's difficult to roll because it's actually, I left it in the refrigerator for 2 hours to defrost. It has to be freezer. It has to be in the freezer. So I left it 2 hours and it was still hard to work with. So I'm rolling it out at this point. I just want it the size of the roast. It's hard to work with. Alright, so it looks like that the pork loin is almost done. So I'm about ready to take it out of the pan, and we're gonna move it. But I have one more step. I heard it sizzling, so I have to pay attention. Look at that purple. I don't know what that purple is, but it was on medium high. But it didn't look purple in real life. So I'm going to remove them from the pan at this time. We still have another step to go to. I'm setting it up so it's easy to put together. You'll see that in a second. And I'm just so amazed at the front. I like front. I like fronts. Flavor, flavor, flavor. So we're going to take that pork loin. I'm making two houses. So we're moving it to the other side. So we already rolled out the phyllo dough. Okay? Now, there's another step. You want to take, I took 1 pound of bacon. You don't need 1 pound of bacon. It's probably, I would estimate, 3/4 of that. I didn't use it all, so I have to cook during, New Year's Eve or New Year's Day or something. I have to cook up the bacon for breakfast or something. No big deal. We'll use it. But you want to take your bacon, lay it out a little more spaced apart than what it comes in the bacon pack. You know what I mean? You know how you see they're spaced apart, but it's a little more on here. you want to put it on your phyllo dough. So it took about 3/4 of a pound for each one. I took out too much bacon that I defrosted. No big deal. We'll use it. So we're going to lay it on top of the phyllo dough, as you can see. And don't do what I do, because I did a big mistake. It wasn't a big mistake, but you're supposed to do other steps, and I concocted it. So I went back and I undid it. And you'll see that in this video. Hey, we all have bloopers. So I laid it out all nice on the phyllo dough. Then we take the pork loin and we put it on top of it, as you see me doing, which is correct. You should do that. I started raping. I started wrapping it in the bacon. No, I missed a whole step. Don't do this. Hold off. I concocted it. Sorry. I'm going to go back and you're going to see me going, oh, I did it wrong. Because I forgot. We have another step to do. We want some stuffing in this thing. But hold off. I'm sorry. It's part of my bloopers. I got it all together, and then all of a sudden I'm like, stupid, you missed that. Stupid. Yeah, we'll go back to it, and I'll go over it with you. Don't do this part yet. You can do this part if you don't want onions or cheese, but I would say do the onions and cheese. That's up to you. They look pretty at this point. I put it together nicely, and I'm like, oh, I forgot. You know, it's part-timer's disease. We all have it. So I'm ready to put it in the pan. I'm ready. And I'm going, wait, I forgot something. Yeah, I forgot to put the onions in there that we took out. So now I have to unwrap it. So, thankfully I remembered. So now we're going to unwrap everything we just wrapped. That's a blooper. And I'm going to keep it in there. We're going to take those onions that I took out of the freezer. It's about 3/4 of an onion, I would say. I made one whole onion. I would equivalate what I took out as one whole onion. And that was too much. So I would say 3/4 of an onion chopped. You're going to put butter and a little bit of oil in your frying pan. I took 2 tablespoons of butter, it looks like. That looks like 2 tablespoons of butter. Oh, I'm taking 4. Okay, there you go. So now we're going to take 1 onion. And we're going to fry them up until they're translucent. And I'm scraping up that front. I love that front. Flavor. Okay, so it's melting. You're going to put those onions until they're translucent. And I put too much because I made sure there was at least one jumbo onion in there. And it's not a big deal because I use it in other dishes. The only problem is I put garlic in this one. I can't use it in some dishes, as you'll see going forward. There's no garlic in my rice. So I used it for the vegetables. It doesn't go bad. I can use it for my omelet on Thursday or Friday or Saturday or whatever I'm making. It's good. It's not going to go bad. We're going to use it. So just cook it up now. I don't want them browned. I want them translucent. So we're just going to cook it here. Medium high. I'm going to add some fresh garlic, as I said. I'm using fresh garlic. That's jarred at home using olive oil. My husband draws it at home. So we're going to just judge it up. And again, I'm sorry you can't hear us commenting. We obviously didn't turn on the microphone, and that was me. So I'm going to be the commentator today. Just fry that. I'm done. Okay, it's on you now. I did it again. You can hear me. Hey! Hopefully it worked. I think this will work, guys. Guys. Hi guys. I just realized I didn't tell you to put the sauce that I made into the rice. All you do is pour the sauce in the rice. It's no big deal. Any Einstein can figure it out. I did. You're gonna love it. Bye.